Hello there, lovely people of YouTube. So the last one cut off, I'm sorry about that. Cut off when we just invested a build charge into this industrial zone. So we keep, my god, my English today. We keep meticulously creating the infrastructure of our cities. Phew, that was hard. So we keep working on infrastructure. We also keep working on producing science buildings and stuff. So trying to basically end the game as fast as possible at that point, because it's quite clear that we won a science victory. We just need to actually achieve it. So this builder still has 3 charges, so I'd go and chop into some districts probably, because this city has, well, you know what, I'm gonna put a mine on both of these tiles to make the city even more productive. And we'll see what we do next. It's at 7 out of 9 housing. Has the water mill and everything. We could get the city a +3 holy site, but we're not really using faith for anything. I mean, we could use it for great people in the late game. But I'd rather I got this city an encampment. And then got the military academy in there for the +2 science. For now though, probably the factory. Let's get the university, and then we can work on the factory or something. So yeah, for now let's go harvest the sheep and put a mine over this tile. You go for the coal mine. You go finish that. Nice, there is a +4 harbor. So now we can actually buy the granary in here. We can actually have some decent tiles for the city to work. So this city is now actually not as bad as it was. So let's start work on a lighthouse, although we can buy the lighthouse. So let's start work on the aqueduct here, which is also going to be boosted by our builder. You can go auto-explore now that you're circumnavigated. And are my auto-exploring units doing their job? I probably need to send this courser over here, finish its exploration there, and then we can send him also to auto-explore. Although the vampire is going there as well, so probably he can auto-explore too. So basically what the game is about now is to power the cities that have research labs to get our science up, also suzeraning all of the science city-states, maybe building Kilwa somewhere, if it is still available. So let's just check if it is. Kilwa... no. Looks like someone built the Kilwa. Well, that's a shame. But yeah, then we can do without it. Great Admiral. Don't you want to teleport? What does he do? Forms an armada. Oh, we only have 1 ship. So we're gonna teleport him to here. And he's gonna wait if the ship comes back. Great scientist. Perfect. However, he triggers a Eureka for chemistry, so he's kinda useless. And I'm hoping I didn't accept him to get the better one. Shit. Reveals oil without the normal technology. Shit, I should have... okay, doesn't matter. Okay, at least we got the Eureka for steam power. Input your charge. Hermitage just stores works of art, really, so we're not gonna go for it. The dam is finished here. The aqueduct needs to be finished. So I think I'm gonna work on finishing the aqueduct and I'm gonna buy the university. This guy needs to invest his last charge into the Ruhr Valley. Why can't I go for wonders? There's the Ruhr. Okay, you can actually chop, but you can chop something useful, not this shit that you're chopping. Oh, it would be better to invest charges into the entertainment complex, actually. So let's go and do this. You go and chop. You do this. You can now go chop the forest. And you can now go invest charges into the aqueduct. We still have a crab tile here, so let's do this and then invest 1 charge into the aqueduct. Alrighty, so the Ruhr is done in 3 turns, but I'd rather finish the coal power plant first. Then we finish the Ruhr. Then I think the city has all the mines it can have. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those will all now be yielding +1 production from their base. From their base yield, I mean. Okay, there's the core power plant, there's the military academies. There's almost another campus. So let's get the seaports now, because you have quite a lot of cities with harbors. And then we can beeline for radio to get the aluminum revealed, then we can go for oil, and then we can go for rocketry. Why I'm not worried that it's taking a long time is because once we get rocketry, we're going to be super ready. Okay, so here I'm probably going to build the research lab and buy the military academy. Oh wait, we need to finish the Ruhr. Let's buy the sewer as well for the extra housing. And let's finish the Ruhr Valley. It's only 2 turns, yeah. This city is not as useless as it was, because now it has some production thanks to us having finished the aqueduct. So it can get a builder, that would be useful. It can get a workshop, that would be useful as well. I'm gonna start with the market, however. Now, here, let's go for the research lab. And the builder can go put the plantation down, and maybe then these mines, to actually make this city somewhat productive. Alternatively, this one is out of housing, right? It's 12 out of 13. So we can chop the aqueduct and then start working on the industrial zone. This is also a possibility, so I think we're gonna do this. Even though it doesn't implement this city, but rather another, but it doesn't matter. This Great Admiral can just go to sleep. This guy can invest his charge into the entertainment complex and then go chop a jungle tile. This city can get a granary, but I prefer to buy it next turn, so let's work on the library instead. You go chop the forest. You go chop the forest. You go harvest the sheep and put a mine there. It's all coming along, slowly but surely. We're gonna be getting around 500 science by turn 200. Probably more. The only social card I care about now is the civic card, is the science ones, and the one which gives me more envoy points per turn. Harvest. Okay, you are the builder producing city now, right? So what you need to do is builders. So if you're doing builders, then we need to figure out where the builders are going, because they're super expensive now. So this city is almost done with its campus. Yes. So this city needs chops. And it has a super high value campus as well. And this one too, but this one almost doesn't have chops though. Well, this can be a farm triangle, because this city needs to grow. Let's go for the chops in that northern city. Let's go for the chop here. Let's go and chop the jungle here. Okay, Malinalco. Let's buy the synagogue for the faith. $100 faith, without a religion, mind you. Work on the university. Okay, here. Workshop. One turn granary, why not? You go chop. You go input your production into the aqueduct. You have 2 charges left, so let's input one into the campus. Then another one probably into the jade to give it actually a productive tile. Oh, you're there, so you discovered these cities. So now I would love to discover Mapuche lands, so I'm gonna just send them actually auto-exploring. And him and the vampire should do a good enough job of auto-exploring all that it is that we still haven't discovered on this continent. Gonna also get the Ruhr Valley next turn, which is gonna turn the capital into like a god tier city. With all of these mines. And we're also gonna make sure the capital is working on all the mines it can be working on.
The industrial heart of Germany practically stopped beating. Hardly anyone worked. Hardly anything ran. The population of the Ruhr area had to be supported by the rest of the country.
There's the Ruhr Valley. There's... Nice, so there is railroads, right? And military engineers, I think... I don't remember when they're unlocked, but I think we have them, so it would be actually reasonable to build railroads now. Okay, this bloke still has 3 charges. What do we want to do? Well, since there is magnets in this city, let's go chop. And you go and... I probably need a watermill here. I do have it. Okay, so let's buy the library. And this city needs to grow, and it needs to have productive tiles. So what I'm thinking is we buy the horse tile, we make a farm triangle like here, but we turn these, or even like, yeah, this city needs to buy some tiles, so this needs to be bought. We're gonna work on a mixture of chopping, creating a farm triangle here. So for now, let's work on the university. We've also crossed into 400 signs per turn, which is sweet. We're gonna help this city chop out its theater square. Its university, I mean. And we're gonna plop a theater square on this tile later on. This needs to become a mine. This city... This guy needs to work on chops. For now, let's put the temple in production, but really what we want is chop and create an industrial zone there. You have 1 charge left, so go build the jade mine. You chop into the aqueduct. You chop into the workshop. Or actually, you can also chop into the aqueduct, which would be a better investment. Hopefully there's some overflow left. Yes. So, invest the overflow into the workshop. It's gonna be a +3 industrial zone. We also need to start thinking about water parks and entertainment complexes, because the amenities are gonna be shitty over time. So let's think. The capital can soon get another district at 19 pop, right? If we somehow get it some housing. Yeah, there is the housing from the military academy, for example. None of these give housing. Neighborhood would. Okay, we'll see what we do. The capital needs more housing, and the capital for sure needs an entertainment complex. Okay, so the capital is working on all the mines it can be working on. Lovely. We can also probably put more farms here, just for the housing, to make sure we make use of all the housing available to us. So let's work on the research lab. Then which city is this? Yeah, here we can also work on the research lab. Here we can start working on the aqueduct and industrial zone. Okay, so it's all coming along. I'm gonna try to play it as fast as I can, because now it's just down to basically I win more. Because like it's clear that I will win. It's just about how many spaceports and everything I can get and how fast I can really do it. Because all of these cities are producing science buildings right now. So as soon as they're actually done doing it, then we can start thinking about yeah, producing buildings in them, and then we finish producing buildings in them.
Governments need enemies.
Then we can start thinking about rocketry and all this stuff. And then once we have rocketry, then we just work on the spaceport and rush all the space technologies and everything. These pins can go down now. I also don't know how I'm gonna get this city to grow. I need this harbor and I need the sea tiles as well. Okay, we have a governor title. We have Reina promoted, but we're not really making any use of this. I think we need Magnus on vertical integration over time. Oh, space race programs. No, let's promote Magnus, because we will need vertical integration at some point later in the game, when we won't care about great people anymore. So let's go for the research lab here. Let's buy the library. Build the university. I wanted to buy a tile here, but I forgot. Oh yeah, I wanted to buy the horse tile. All the trade routes now, once they're done, they're gonna be going to Egypt, because I think we're still allied, so we're gonna be making use of this research alliance. This guy can grow, and what did we need to... Oh, yeah, we needed to send him to Seoul. So let's actually send him here. This tile. God, this is an amazing tile, and that's just because of the volcano as well. That's cool. We could have also had, thinking about it, we could have also had Moksha and Patron Saint, despite not having a religion. Like, we could have bought so many districts for faith over the course of the game. Okay, this city, let's make it work on an armory. And next turn we're gonna buy this tile and place the industrial zone. There's the jade mine. So now this city can be working. This tile. And this tile. There's another +3 campus, by the way. Okay, it looks like the Egyptian religion almost completely took over the Zulu one, so we need to start worrying about this a little bit. And we need to buy tiles as well. We need to buy this one. Okay, 1 turn, so we don't need to. And we need to buy the horse one here. Okay, university here. That's gonna take a fucking long time. Well, a canal. What if we swap tiles? Because then, if we put a canal there... Oh no, we can only put it there or there. Yeah, well then it's not gonna benefit the industrial zone anyway. So then it doesn't matter. So let's work on the university, even though it's gonna take a hell of a long time. Probably never gonna complete. And as soon as it grows to 13 pop, we can plop the industrial zone here and invest builder charges in it. Let's do the usual trick. Oh, we have the coal tile though, so I'd rather go there. Need to chop. Okay, I'm not the suzerain of Caguana and I'm not the suzerain of Geneva anymore. Oh, that's a damn shame. But it doesn't matter. For now, we need to input invoice in Mitla and Taruga. Mass media. Great musician. Eureka for radio. How do we get the Eureka for radio? Build a national park. Well, that's not quite going to happen, I think. Because I don't think we've unlocked naturalists. Yeah, and it takes 9 turns, so... Not really up for it. Let's go work on a research lab here. Here we can buy the watermill. This can go down, this can go down. The ones there we've already took down. This can go down because it's obvious. Okay, this can go down. This as well. What do we work on here? Let's work on the library. I think in roughly 10 turns or so, our science is going to cross the 500 mark. Gonna make disrupt rocketry unavailable, and we're gonna vote for ourselves in the culture bombs, but I really don't care what passes. because I'm not really close neighbors with anyone that their culture bomb would affect me, other than Egypt building a district here, for example.
If you can walk away.
Okay, let's renew the mission in the industrial zone. Let's improve this iron mine. Let's improve this mine. Chop here. Use the overflow for something meaningful. Let's finish the aqueduct for the housing. Okay, this city I think has everything. The dam is still not finished. So let's get a builder. Let's get a research lab here, although let's just plant the theater square here. And we need to eventually finish the water park as well. Hydroelectric dam, 1760. A little bit of a steep price, to be honest. Let's work on the research lab before anything else. Let's go for the settlers finally. Yeah, 3-turn settlers. Now is the time to go for these 3 settlers. Okay, I desperately need more envoys. I desperately need more envoys. So I might stop off for something that gives them that I haven't researched. None of this does, none of this does. Let's stop off for opera and ballet later. And for conservation later. After we unlock democracy. Sorry. Alright, so we've almost crossed the 500 mark in terms of science, and most of our cities don't have power apart from the capital. So it's only gonna be getting better. There's 2 envoys. Send it straight to a scientific city-state. Let's go for Mitla. You go work on a mine. Plant down that industrial zone. If you're wondering why I'm such a fan of industrial zones in every one of these cities, is because I want to get some of these late game great engineers that give you good stuff. That give you like space race project boosts and all of this jazz. Because these are usually crucial. Okay, another builder has come out of Corinth. And it still has time before it grows. So we might send him to the newer city. Or what is like an existing city that still needs help? What is an existing city that still desperately needs help? Probably in Athens we can chop a little bit. You can go build a mine. You can build this plantation. That should give it an extra point of housing. Yes, it did. We need the walls, right? Those Renaissance walls, they each give us 2 signs. So let's work on walls in some of these cities. Walls here. Let's work on walls everywhere where we can't build science buildings. Your production is shit a little bit though. Like we've done everything in our power in this city to make the production better and still it didn't help. let's work on medieval walls. And we need to research all the walls before we to build all the walls before we research the steel technology, because the steel technology is making us unavailable to build walls. So we're gonna avoid the steel technology as long as we can. Okay, you can go and chop. You can chop too. Shit, what did I do? Oh, this was a mine that I wasn't meant to take down because it was giving adjacency to the industrial zone. Yeah, I'm gonna put it back. Doesn't matter. Athens, let's go for the sewer to give it more housing. Now we need the military academy and we need the commercial hub. Theater square, well, it wouldn't really be a good one here, so commercial hub is the most important for now. We also need to power the city up, because I think it has all the science buildings that it needs to. Yeah, it actually does, so we're gonna chop into the factory and the coal power plant. Pasture. Three builds. Let's just build mines. Now a city here would also get a +3 campus quite easily. But I just don't want a snow city which doesn't have food. Okay, once those 3 settlers come out of the capital, one after the other, we completely forget about settling. Okay, Caguana was taken over by Egypt, it looks like, which is instantly gonna rebel to us. An enemy spy has stolen something. We don't really care. Okay, 3 charges, so let's build a mine. You chop into the factory. You put the mine back. I wasn't meant to take it down. And let's see if the adjacency went back up. Yeah, now it's a +8. Okay. We need some... we need an archaeological museum also. Shit, and by settling here, I cannot settle here, right? Well... how do we solve it? How do we solve it? How do we solve it? Because that's a +3 campus, I don't really... I mean, either this or this. Probably like here. Anyway, let's go for the other settler. And this one can go straight to here. Now this guy has 3 charges still, so I want to chop this forest, or maybe put a... maybe I want to buy this tile, put a lumber mill here, and then put a farm triangle here, eventually. So this city has finally produced something. Can plop a theater square down here, which would eventually be a +3. This city really damn needs a there really needs a shipyard. Really, really needs a shipyard. So we're gonna buy it, I think, over time. And for now, let's try to produce a builder out of here. Million Alco. Research lab, no question about it. Okay, you here are done with most of your districts, right? Yeah, cool. So it actually has a pretty cool +4 industrial zone now. But no food. So probably this is a decent farm triangle. But in terms of, let's build the shipyard probably. Or let's build the ancient walls, because we need the Renaissance walls everywhere where we can. This city is almost at 4 housing. If we work the proper tiles, I think. Oh, it's at 3 out of 3 housing and it doesn't have a granary. Problem solved. So in 8 turns we can get a harbor there, which would make the campus go up to +3. So this builder can chill. You can go build a lumber mill. Yeah, now is the part of the game where we can just literally play as fast as we want to, and there is nothing really probably that can stop us from winning, other than like a fluke religious victory from someone. But we have enough cities that have the Zulu religion and the Egyptian religion that we can basically choose which one we want to promote in our empire. Okay, let's see if we have aluminium. This one wanted to chop into the factory, right? Do we want to put a mine over here, considering it's next to the volcano? Not really, probably. Okay, so there's a trading post now in Ganyong. And we have 3 sources of aluminium, so we have one here. Okay, cool. One... No, that's not interesting. One here. And one here. Okay, so this one can be improved straight away. And then we need a builder here and a builder there. Let's build medieval walls here. Let's go for a research lab here. We have a governor title, so let's give Magnus triangular integration, vertical integration. And then eventually he's gonna go to the capital once we really need him to be there, because for now Magnus is just helping with the great scientist and engineer generation. Okay, this city now has a trading post. So let's try to go to the capital, see if we still can't trade from the capital with Egypt. And if we can, then we will. I wanted to check also the faith regarding the great people. Great engineer, I'm gonna get the next one. Let's the city build one more district, that's great. Great merchant is also mine. Can buy the great artist. I don't really see any use for him though, because we're gonna get him anyway. Okay, so we should work on the holy sites, the theater squares I mean. Should get the remaining ones that we still want to get. Your embassy is a welcome addition. Okay, so we can probably declare friendship with the Mapuche this turn, seeing as they've just gone friendly with us. And maybe even an alliance.
Never criticize a rifleman.
Okay, there's the great engineer. There's the great merchant. What does this guy do? Grants 1 toy is a unique manufactured luxury which provides +4 amenities. Lovely. So that's going to be spread across 6 cities as well because we're the Aztec. Let's make sure we're chopping into the factory. So the city needs to be powered due to the fact that it has a research lab. Build a mine here. Improve the aluminium. Trade with... Yes, we can finally trade with Egypt. So let's go to this city because Kagwana is going to be ours anyway. There is no way they can hold it even with a governor. And then this city can build one more district than it's able to. So let's see which city we want to have a district in. The capital probably needs an entertainment complex, right? So let's just use it in this city first, in the capital. And just plant an entertainment complex somewhere. Probably like here. Because then it's gonna also benefit those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those 3 cities. Or we could plant it next to the commercial hub. And then it would be sort of in the middle of everything. Also give the commercial hub an extra little bit of adjacency. So that's probably what we're gonna do. We're gonna still keep working on the settler though. Because we want to settle ASAP. Now let's work on... Oh, this is the newest city, right? So it needs a builder actually. In the meantime, let's build ancient walls and then we're gonna be chopping the university out. Okay, so with 540 science we should be pretty easily winning the game. Declare friendship with the Mapuche. Declare a cultural alliance. He's gonna pay us as well. I don't really need his luxuries. Although my amenities aren't too good. But I think I have all of his luxuries. Yeah. So I'm gonna take his gold for the alliance. 7 gold per turn. And I'm gonna see if I can trade him some more niter. As well as coal and iron. Seven for all 3, yeah, doesn't matter, I don't need them anyway, I have them through my ears. Okay, let's see if Shaka needs any strategics. Unlikely. Okay, so he doesn't have coal and he doesn't have a lot of iron, so let's see if he still needs iron. Yeah, he still pays handsomely for iron, which is cool. Will he pay for the second batch of iron though? Yeah, he still does. Now, seeing he doesn't have coal, he's probably also willing to pay for this. Yes, 10 gold per turn, lovely. Okay, same with the niter. We can probably try our luck. See if he pays. No, he doesn't want to pay for niter. Can we sell him some luxuries? Yes. $20 gold per turn. Lovely. I'm really not micromanaging these deals to the fullest because I think at this point it doesn't really matter how much gold I get from all of this, considering I'm still getting relatively high amounts. He doesn't want to pay for luxuries. And he doesn't need strategics either. Probably with the exception of iron. Nice, so he still pays handsomely for iron. So let's try to sell him some more. Well, as you see, it's just like, it depends how much you're willing to invest your time into this, but almost all the AIs will have something they can buy from you for a relatively good price. So whether it's your luxuries, whether it's your strategics, it always helps. You see, she pays 31 gold per turn for 3 luxuries, for example. And that was even before we were allies. Like in the early game, I don't know, probably those of you that watched the first episode will remember that even when she was friends with Greece and I was at war with Greece, she was still paying a lot. So let's actually get her coal and iron. Okay, I think we've done all the wheeling and dealing that we can. Now it's about our auto-scouting Courser and Vampire discovering this chunk of the continent. Open borders here. Open borders there. Open borders here too. Open borders with him. Open borders with him. So I think we're good. We can maybe also sell something to Teddy. Maybe sell him some of our luxuries. Nice, 14 gold per turn. And then we can also sell him our strategics. He doesn't have shit, so he'll probably pay. I wish I could manually set up the amounts, but after the update for some reason on console it doesn't let you do that. Okay, so I pretty much sold everything I had in my empire, and let's see how much my gold will jump up next turn. From 391 to only 400. Now that can't be right. Okay, there's Caguana. So it's gonna be mine over time. In a few turns. Okay, you have 1 charge, so let's actually invest it into the industrial zone. The factory is almost chopped out, so we can work on a farm triangle. Let's improve the aluminium. There's the boost towards nanotechnology. Now, which other city needs to have 1 more district than it can hold capacity for? Corinth. Yeah, definitely Corinth. So let's move him to Corinth so that we can work on a campus there. And then this settler can go all the way up here. Though it's going through Caguana's land, so I'd rather send it here and then we'll see. Work on another mine. You go for the last settler. And then these guys aren't really friendly. Oh yeah, there's a ton of barbs there. Okay, so we can probably go around with the Courser, modernize him to a cavalry unit, and then help out the Vampire in clearing out this nonsense. So they're just gonna come after us. Otherwise, let's finish the industrial zone in this city. Finish the medieval walls here. Let's buy the shipyard. Let's finish the medieval walls then. I'm really tempted to modernize him into a field cannon and go after these barbs. Shit, Rome recruited James Watt. That's an issue. Because he's actually the one that gives you the best boost in terms of great engineers. He gives you, I think, if I'm not mistaken, every workshop gives +1 production and he instantly builds a workshop. So yeah, definitely shouldn't have recruited the last one I did. This city can get itself a sewer. And then work on its... Did it get every building in the campus? Yeah, it did. So let's work on the factory here. This artist can go to the theater square and just wait there until we buy the required buildings. Let's finish the farm triangle here. Give Corinth another district spot. Probably we can fortify with the vampire. Plus 12 per luxury, that's what's making him so super powerful. So no need to retreat. Now that we have a decent amount of production, let's go just get this shop in to finish the university. So we'll get this mine in. Now Seoul can finally have its industrial zone. Which also makes the campus to at least a +1. This city can get its military academy online. Well, let's start with the workshop. Corinth can get its campus online finally at long last, which is going to be a +3. So the pin can go down. This city can finally start working on its campus as well. This is a +3, but I would sacrifice the only tile that makes this city somewhat good. So I'd rather settle for the +2 instead. Go for the ancient walls here. This city needs growth. Let's go for the research lab here. Although we can buy the research lab, go for medieval walls, and then go for the Renaissance walls. I hope my vampire survives here by the time the courser comes, until the time the courser comes and helps it. This is also a geotherm, right? So a city here would be kind of cool. But it would have shitty loyalty because of Egypt. Okay, there's oil. We have one source here. One source here. This is nice. This has 2 sources of oil. Okay, so this industrial zone has jumped up to a +4. So these are 3, so Korea would have been lucky if they stayed until the late game. All of them are in the water so far. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. How many? Yeah, these are 5 sources. Because I think one of them is right underneath there. Oh, and there is one here. So we pretty much... Yeah, we pretty much need the tech that requires us to extract oil from water. Which I don't remember how it's called actually. But I just remember it's somewhere there. It's which one? Which allows you to build oil rigs in the ocean. Shit. Oh yeah, that's plastics. So after rocketry we can go for plastics. And now plastics require steel. Okay, we're gonna see with trying to finish all of our walls. First. And then we'll see what we do next. So yeah, since we're so close to steel, let's get walls everywhere. We have 600 science, by the way, and that's without being the suzerain of any science city-state, and we only have 5 envoys and 6 envoys here. I wish I explored a lot more in the early game, and then I would have been able to have much better science yields now because of using the science city-states is what I wanted to say. Okay, so we've pretty much infrastructured up all the way where we needed to. We are almost on the way completely to unlocking the Tier 3 government, which is the last thing that we need is the Tier 3 government plaza building, and then we can invest builder charges into space race projects as well as any other projects that we want. So we're going to be spamming out builders, investing their charges into the space race project, and we're going to hopefully fly into space in the next episode. So see you in the next one.